Hi guys, this is part 9 to my series about Eileen Duran, my detox specialist consultation, the notes I wrote about. And this time we're going to be talking about dry fasting, about the thymus glandular and adrenal glandular. We're going to be talking about alkaline cooked veg and what I can do as cheats that are still kind of not going to slow me down too much in this detox process. We're going to talk about healthy starch and fats as well. So I'm going to try and get this all done in this last one, hopefully. And I'm running out of memory and I wanted to get this done. So here we go. Don't forget to subscribe, press the likes, comment below, and I'll respond to any questions you have to do with detox. And anything that comes up that's interesting for you and you want to know more about, I will reply to. Also, don't forget, share this with your friends if it could be really beneficial for them too. Right, that's that done. So where are we starting? We are starting with, just briefly, the Dr Morse formulas, which I've stopped doing because they were too expensive. I can do the first or second herb, buy those separately in bulk. I can even make my own tinctures if I want to make it cheaper. And then take the herbs like that because I'll have just as good effect in my detoxing with the herbs. It's just that if you have the formulas, she said that they work synergistically together, having all of those, maybe 8 herbs or more together, and it will maybe kind of, you'll experience the detox in a different way. I have noticed a difference between doing the single herbs than doing the formulas. Maybe I have less symptoms, so that was kind of good to have that at the beginning. It was kind of easier, but now I'm a bit more of a hard nut. I can handle it, you know. Yeah, so I've talked about that before. I won't linger on that topic. She said that some of the herbs are berries in berry forms, and I know that now because I've done more research. And the berry form of herbs, or the tinctures, are really good for your nervous system and your glands. So that's what they work on. That's what the berries do. So you can eat berries raw as well if you need to help your glands. It doesn't have to just be in the tincture format. She said that it's really important to clean your colon out by doing, the smoothies, and then the juicing and the citrus fruit, and not eating cooked food and not having the raw vegetables, and really sticking to the fruit diet before you go anywhere near dry fasting. Because I did ask about that, could I do that? And she said, have you done it before? And I said, no. And she said, make sure you do it in the right stages. So in the right, she gave me a detox pyramid, and so you work up that pyramid, and at the very top is dry fasting. That's like the last pinnacle of fasting that you'd ever need to do. You can't do more than that eating nothing and drinking nothing, but that can be really, really effective. And it's not long periods of time. She said just one day, and then you go back to eating lower down the detox chain, and then you might have another dry fast day, so I would definitely not be at that stage. And if I did that now, it would be fast tracking and jumping over so many other stages of detox that I think I would have quite a strong reaction to that, and it would be negative for me and too much to handle, I think. So I'm taking it easy, I'm doing it stage by stage, I'm not rushing, and yeah, that's where I'm at. She said mucoid plaque, when it comes out of your system, it is very smelly. It's really, smells like, what does she say? Sulfur, smells really sulphurous. And it does look a bit like the shape of your colon, as in it can be rubbery and thick and long and thin, but she said mucoid plaque can also look like a film covering your stool, and that's another way that you can notice it coming out of your system. I wouldn't say that I've noticed that yet in myself. I haven't got to that stage of detoxifying, and I will look forward to the day when I do notice that. It won't be pleasant with the whole smelliness and stuff. It is really rubbery and thick, but yeah, you know, that's like a really good day when you can get rid of that. And then that means that you can absorb all of the nutrients from your food then, and you can nourish yourself with the food that you're eating successfully without that coating your colon. So that's a good day. She said it would be really good, it would be really beneficial for me to very quickly get hold of the thymus glandular and the adrenal glandular for my immune system, and to boost my, you know, not being so fatigued and having to sleep so much or rest so much, or basically live my life really slowly. And I have found that it's kind of getting in the way of my life. As in, you know, I have to go and sleep for an hour in the afternoon when I'm at work, and I suppose I could attempt to take those. I haven't yet, and really see if that boosts my glands, and really see if I could get a real benefit from that quite quickly. I have a little bit of spare cash at the moment, so I could do that and try that. So yeah, once I've gone past a bit more of this emotional junk that I'm getting through at the moment, I think that's something that I could try next. There's so much depth to this detox process. It's absolutely immense, and there's so many different levels to it, as I'm noticing now after doing it for like 3.5, 4 months. 4.5 months actually. So yeah, it's insane, really insane. 7 minutes. Can you deal with a bit longer? I think you can deal with a bit longer. So I'm now going to talk about alkaline, cooked veg, and all that foodie side of things. I have spoken a bit about this before, so I'll just do it quite quickly. So she said, if I do want to have some cheat foods and still not interrupt my detoxing too much, I can have like a dinner meal of those kind of those rice paper wraps that you can do that are kind of a bit squidgy. She says I can have some of that with some raw chopped up foods going inside, you know, whether it's some sweet or savoury or a mixture. Then that'd be really good. I could have a little bit of tahini, a little bit of seaweed, which I do. I just kind of chew on that to get that saltiness, which is a really nice change from when you're eating a lot of fruit. It's like, oh, I could murder something, you know, savoury. So chewing on some seaweed is really, really lovely. The same goes with marinated olives. So I haven't had olives for ages, but I was doing that at the beginning when I really, really needed that saltiness. And now I don't need it so much. I've kind of passed that phase. But if I need to, I could go back and have some olives. She said you could do the same with marinated mushrooms. That's not going to be, you know, because the mushrooms, when they're marinated, they're not going to be cooked. They're still going to be raw, but then you get that nice flavour from them marinating it. And I'd have to do some research on what I'd marinate it in. Maybe some lemon and lime. Maybe she says to keep off strong spices like what do you call it? Those red spices. Oh my god, what do you call it? Looks like a little pepper, like piment. Oh, I can't remember. I think you know what I mean. Anyway, they put a little bit too much stress on your system, and it's a bit too hard going. So basically, don't put that on your food, even though it's really tasty and really nice, and I do love it. So yeah, you can have some steamed veg, like, you know, broccoli, What else have I been having? Not very much, to be honest. Broccoli or... Sorry, my brain's conked out. But yeah, it's not too acid forming, you know, so you can handle that at times. But, you know, don't have too much, because otherwise you're not going to be detoxing at all. It'll slow down your digestive system. You won't be eliminating as much, and you'll notice it as soon as you have foods like that. Everything slows down and could, you know, grind to a bit more of a halt, and you have more congestion and more maybe constipation coming in. Yeah, sure. What did she say? A healthy starch. Less. So you can have sweet potato. Sweet potato is much less starchy than a white potato. She said it's really good to, if you're making a soup for like your family, to drink the liquid from that broth. And I do that really often, and I totally love doing that. It's a really lovely way of having that savoury flavour of the vegetable, but still having it in liquid form. And then the healthy fats are avocados and coconut. I haven't been buying coconut, but I have been having quite a lot of avocados, and I've been finding that heaviness necessary at time when I feel super light, and that's really, really nice, easy way of having those healthy fats in your diet. So making sure that you buy some avocados in advance, letting those ripen, and then having them nice and soft and ready is just perfect. So yeah, I would say that if you're going through this detox process, that you have to be extremely patient. You have to be extremely patient. You have to be very gentle with yourself. You have to be very just take your time with it. Listen to your body. Do what you need to in that moment in time, whether it's pausing with work and going to have a sleep, and overcoming that huge fatigue, or if you notice an intense, sharp physical pain in your body, then going somewhere quiet, breathe it out and just really work with it, and just breathe. Maybe your movements are a little bit smaller for a while until that pain goes, and just kind of, yeah, just work with the level of the levels of detoxing, and the food that you eat. What can you cope with? What can you take? And just, I'd say, take your time. But I know if you have cancer, or like the difficult leukemia or something like that, then maybe you have a bit less time. So then maybe you need to properly take time off work and go for it like full on, and do the juicing full on for long periods. But as I don't have cancer, and I'm working with serious full body congestion, yes, it's still something that I'd like to clear fully in my body, but you know, I'm not dying. I can take my time if I want to, and then when I'm ready emotionally, I can go back and hit it a little bit harder. So yeah, just yeah, I don't need to repeat that. I hope that if I've come to the end of this series now and you still have questions, then you have the freedom now to ask me questions in the comments, and I will respond to your questions. And yeah, don't forget to press the likes and boost me up in YouTube. Support me in that way, and subscribe, press the red button, press the bell, press the notifications, so you know when I get a new one coming out, and that'd be really fabulous. And I thank you for bearing with me in my less upbeat films, but I just still wanted to share this process, and I still wanted you to have some new films out there for me to do, even though I'm not feeling my best. I just felt like it was important for me to continue with my YouTube channel and to keep going with that, because I do get something out of it, and I do actually feel a bit more upbeat having spoken to you guys for probably over an hour now. So it does help me too. So thank you for being there for me. And I'll see you again soon, broaching other new topics, exciting topics that I have coming up to do with healing and pain and emotions. Completely different and not related to this detox process. Well, a little bit, but I have other aspects to talk about with you. So there we go, and I'll see you soon. Bye.